Drama starts where logic ends. Life is one big love story with hundreds of little love stories within it. I can speak a little bit of Hindi but understand every word. Three Idiots was remade in various languages down south, but it wasn't successful anywhere because the magic was created by Amir Khan and Rajkumar Hirani. I am just an artiste, and I like to explore new avenues. I used to rarely go on film sets, as I felt it was very boring to see the same shot being done so many times. I felt I had nothing to do. I used to irritate the cameraman. I always wanted to do a light-hearted entertainer, and Bruce Lee is such a film. The brother-sister sentiment and the relationship between father and son will be very good. The comedy will be hilarious, but it is not a forced comedy. Krishna Vamsi is a very good director. I know my fans want me on the screen, but I think hero worship should not be allowed to corrupt the plot and narrative of a film. Every father and son have conflicts. Upsi is definitely the more romantic of the two. I am more laid back. We do have our differences of opinion sometimes. Upsi is always the first one to break the ice after an argument or a difference of opinion. That's what I love most about her. In the South, whether it is a small film or a big film, everybody sees it. So there is always something for everybody to come, see, and enjoy. Young audience in the age group of 16-33 years constitutes the main viewership of Bollywood films. Several Southern actors are coming to Mumbai. Likewise, many Bollywood actors are appearing down south or borrowing ideas from Southern films. The success of Dhruva has given me more satisfaction than any of my previous hits, simply because the audience accepted the film even though it was experimental. I really hope this kind of acceptance makes experimental cinema the new mainstream cinema. I have to give importance to my personal life, my family, parents, and sisters. I hope I can strike the right balance. What better way to foray into production than with Kaidi No 150? The film is truly close to my heart because it is my father's 150th film. I was born in that family, so I don't know the difference between born as an actor's son and not being an actor's son. I never knew whether it was good or bad. Love stories thrive on hope. Had Dhruva not succeeded, I don't mind calling these films experimental. My mom was a housewife and a sponge who would absorb everything and make it all look like a fairy tale when he entered the house. For instance, when he came home, I would always be seen studying with my books open. She always made sure that Dad went back to the shoot happily. I am a Bruce Lee fan. I may be my fan's hero, but even heroes have their heroes, and mine is Bruce Lee. We all know that one can never recreate the magic of an original film. I may be a star in the South, but when I go to Bollywood, I am a clean slate, a white paper. Whatever the director makes of me is what I will become for the audience. For about 175,000 people, Chiranjeevi Blood Bank has supplied blood for free in times of emergency. This is because of the service-oriented attitude of mega fans. I have carried the burden of my dad's image since day one. They never see me as just another guy trying to make his career in the film industry. I am always megastar Chiranjeevi's son first and Ram Charan only later. I was brought up as a normal kid. When I decided to work with Krishna Vamsi, people around me were apprehensive about my decision. They warned me that I shouldn't work with an unsuccessful director. The sky takes on shades of orange during sunrise and sunset, the color that gives you hope that the sun will set only to rise again. Better a decent remake than a bad original, don't you think? Magadhira is a lovely film which can't be recreated. My father is a big fan of Amitabh Bachchan and always wanted to work or star in a remake of any of his films, but he didn't get the opportunity. I think God gives you all good things at the same time. Dhruva is not a first-person narrative of Siddhartha Abhimanyu. I am not that big a method actor. He was a very strict father, which in a way has helped me to become who I am today. He never pampered me as he wanted me to live a normal life. No film magazines were allowed at home, and we weren't allowed to watch any movies. Dhruva will have them glued to their seats throughout, and I'm sure of that. I'm compared to my dad all the time, and I've learned to take it positively by working hard. I don't think Magadhira should be remade, nor do I think it will be remade. It is very difficult to recreate the same magic. When a producer like Prasad, who knows people's pulse, is ready to try something new, why not me? It has been a great working experience with Sriyanu Vaitla. Nobody can be like Mr. Bachchan. With a focus on records and making money, you tend to miss a good story. I request the audience to not mix cinema with politics. The Kapil Vo had to be much more agile, far more fit and alert than any role I had played so far. I built the body that the role required. If it's been appreciated, I am glad. The principal did not like the fact that the teachers would take my side. I always left an impression when I left the school, not for who I was, but for what I did there. Hindi films offer a wider reach. As an industry, it has the capability to merge varied states, languages, and nationalities. I am honored to have been chosen for an Amitabh Bachchan film. I won't do a role which children in my family cannot look up to. I don't run after successful directors. I give importance to the content of the film. One of the recent love stories I enjoyed was Bhaskar's Bommarillu. My dad always made sense. My dad was only wrong when I didn't understand him. Had I listened to him, my life would have been so much easier. After watching me in a larger-than-life character in Magadadhira, the audiences didn't accept me as a college-going boy in orange. I am open to them. If I come across something interesting and I think it suits me, I may do a horror movie. I studied in 8 schools and did not get to be in a school for more than 2 years, as I was always requested to get out, even though I was not thrown out ever. I don't like family stories forcefully mixed with commercial elements. I have worked with top directors like Rajamouli and Vinayak, and with upcoming directors like Vamsi. I don't think I can play Mr. Bachchan. Some films shouldn't be remade. I love shopping, but I can't go out. I love going to restaurants and eating out with friends. I am a reserved guy and need somebody to pep me up every day. Upsa does that job perfectly. She is very vivacious and outspoken, so we blend very well. We both love traveling, and we have a thing for adventure. We love being outdoors and like to ride our own boat rather than being rowed by someone else. My dad is always there for me, and no matter how busy, he always makes it a point to answer my calls. I think he knows what is best for me better than me, and is very involved in planning my career. Feel blessed to have a dad like him. We have to understand that content is king now. And it doesn't matter what the source of the content and where it's coming from, as long as it is workable. I'll be starting 2 new production houses, Conidella Productions and White Horse Entertainments. I told my parents that I will marry any girl they choose for me. They also told me that they are open to considering any girl I choose. We were very open about it throughout. Till I was 10 years, I didn't know I had only 2 siblings. I always thought I had 10 and that they were all my family. You didn't find comedy in Magadhira. Any film high on emotions doesn't need such elements. My marks were always bad, and I was a bad influence on other children, so they would explain to my mother that they could retain me only by being partial towards me, and so I should offer to leave the school myself. I would barely get 40-50 and was also extremely naughty. It is everybody's wish to work with Mani Ratnam. It was a deliberate decision to act in family entertainers like Govindudu Andari, Badele, and Bruce Lee. I had never danced all my life until I shot for my first song in Chiruta. At the end of the day, I am not my dad and have my own journey to make. I definitely want to work in Hindi films. Whether I do an original film, a dance, or a remake of my dad's hit songs, I have always been compared to him. Not once did I feel pressurized that I was stepping into Mr. Bachchan's shoes. I don't say I didn't feel the pressure of starring in a remake of Zanjeer, but somewhere that worked to my advantage. My dad was more tense than I was a day before the release. Having learned that Bruce Lee has released to the highest openings in my career, he has settled down. I've tried to go out of my comfort zone to experiment with comedy on screen. Accept it or not, every star, actor, and director wants to work on larger-than-life films. I don't know how to say no, and that's a weakness. Since I played a warrior in Lagaditira, my character sported shoulder-length hair and a thick beard. I style my roles mostly with some help from my team of stylists. It is no longer important for me to be seen in every frame. In terms of script, Bollywood should learn from South Indian scripts. Not talking about the fights and action, I am talking about the drama bit. I am so lazy and sometimes will go as late as 9 a.m. to shoot. Nobody does remakes for the sake of it. As for me, I have not hard and fast rules with respect to remakes. I feel that whoever isn't feeling settled in their career won't think about their marriage. Bruce Lee is the fastest film in my career, but the quality is also very high. The last song was shot continuously for 24 hours. We worked like robots for that song, but the quality is outstanding. Initially, it would bother me when filmmakers, script writers, dialogue writers, and choreographers tried to recreate a bit of my dad, though me. I feel a man, when married, becomes more balanced. All the extracurricular activities are done away with. The focus is on work and family. I was pampered by all my father's directors and producers during childhood, but at home, my father made sure I led a normal life. My family never had a business background. We are artistes. I like doing my own stunts. I like to space out my work. I would love to work with Raju Hirani. I never thought I would have a wish list of directors as such, but after seeing the consistency of his storylines and the human touch he gets in his film, I would love to work with him. With Recha, I get back to action. It has very edgy action. I wanted to get a cropped hairdo, but Srayenu Vatla loves my look in Chiruta, so he suggested that I keep the long hair. I want audiences to see me in different avatars. The audiences love to see me fight on screen. The moment we finished shooting for Bruce Lee, my wife Apasana reminded of a pending holiday.